Hey, what's up, people? Welcome back to the Pisnogram. One note of, I don't know, discipline going forward. I am not the one to discipline anybody. I am a scofflaw. I don't like anybody telling me what to do, and I'm sure there's other people out there just like that. As a matter of fact, when people tell me what to do or try to enforce any kind of rule, no matter how minimal the rule is, even at a Little League game with my kids, I see signs for what not to do, I'm going to yell out. I'm going to do things that I want to do because I'm a scofflaw. Someone once called me a scofflaw. I love that. But let me just lay down one part of discipline. This website that we've had going here, originally sucked by NASDAQ, hitthebid.net, now hitthebid.com, a community. The whole idea, the whole point was to try to get some people together to form a group. Of course, my end goal was to be worshipped like a lord, like a god. Kneel! But besides that point, I'm here to entertain and educate and all that stuff, and mostly for you guys to milk the bastard goddamn annoying shit that happens to me and try to make it profit from my misery. But if you're going to come to the website, now we have some women on the website. A buddy of mine that came there with her 3 friends. And I get an email that people are instant messaging them or private messaging them, calling them names. Now, first of all, maybe you don't know that we have people that come onto the website with false identities and we don't know who's who. So maybe you didn't think they were real. Maybe that's why you did it. But in my life, I was, let's call me a ladies' man. Never insult the ladies, even if they're fake ladies. Never do anything to upset the women folk. You always want to be on their side. Whether you are wooing them, trying to seduce them for pleasures of the flesh at a later date, or just to be a nice guy, just to be a gentleman. So when I hear that there's people just going in there, instant messaging them and calling them nasty words and calling them nasty names, now I'm going to have to start banning people. I've never banned anybody from the website. If I hear that anyone's doing that to other members, you're gone. Okay? Of course, you could just get a new screen name, come back and start and bashing people again. But do me a favor. If you're going to come to the website, there's only one person that you're allowed to bash, and that's me. And I also want to throw that challenge out there, because if you think you're so smart, okay, and you condemn me or you badmouth me and you say that well, we get the viewer mail on Friday, but we had this one guy who just posted something. Can't imagine how I could have any money left to my name. And I'm not going to pretend. I never do pretend. This is not working out for me, all right? I'm just here for you guys now. I mean, I'm stuck short again. Again. I'm not doing shit. So if Hig doesn't work out for me, Hartford Financial, and the Rhino doesn't make a move soon, this year's gonna suck again. Okay? Right now, also, I mentioned one stock that nobody was paying attention, because it's funny how nobody pays attention to what I'm talking about. But we had this company, GKK, and I like these companies that were coming out of the dirt, trying to re-establish themselves. So GKK, take a look at it. They reported their earnings. Stock's actually gapping up. We're talking about $1.50 stock. But on Friday, I said you might want to look at this stock going into the earnings. It was $1.35, $1.40. Now it's $1.70. It'll take you about 15 years making that in America right now, in a bank or anywhere else. So percentage-wise, it was fantastic. Now, also, I told you to be looking at Solar Fund, SOLF. I didn't tell you to buy it, hold it into earnings, but I told you, this is a kind of company that it's been hated, it's been forgotten, but it's been acting well. Take a look at it. And I don't know what, they must have reported earnings, but the stock's up tremendous. SOLF. Who the hell knows what this thing's going to do from this point on. But GKK, this thing I think might have a short squeeze still left to go. Maybe this thing gets back to $2. But more importantly is where the stock market's going to go. And speaking of Max Payne, is the way I'm thinking is now, is the buzz on the street now is I'm getting the sense that everybody is in the same boat now, that the market will only go up. Once that happens, once everybody gives the all clear signal, that's when we have to start selling. I'm not saying that today, because I am under the impression that the market will never go down ever again. Well, at least if the Qs ever break 42.85, sorry, 43.85 on the QQQs, that's your out. But until that day happens, we're staying long, because the manipulation is more powerful than you and I and anything we can imagine. And you want to know if the government can run out of money? No, they can't run out of money. And you want to know about all those things in the future? Stagflation, deflation, inflation, youflation, myflation, herflation, hisflation? Now, what I'm reading is that it's deflation is now back on the table, and that's going to be the thing, and that we're going to crush the currency, and we're going to be like Japan in 20 years of no interest rates, and no one's going to have a job, no growth, none of this, none of that. Everything's awful. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Obama shamalama ding dong won't let it happen. Okay? Listen. And speaking of Obama shamalama ding dong, isn't he looking haggard? Isn't he looking like he's getting his ass kicked? This guy had a shining glow about him when he would speak. It was a thing of beauty. Okay? And he was just, I used to like looking at the guy. Now I'm starting to feel bad for him. He looks beat the fuck up. His skin is getting gray. His hair is turning gray. You can see the bags under his eyes. And this little hint of confusion. I see it. And I'm starting to feel bad. And if I'm going to start feeling bad for Obama shamalama ding dong, then I'm going to start feeling bad about everything. Because he is my savior. And he is the savior of the human race. Don't ever forget that. And don't forget, it was Obama who stopped the oil leak. Because if you're going to blame Obama for the oil leak and the Gulf disaster, now that it's sort of fixed, you have to credit Obama. Because he took the cape off when you weren't... See, they weren't showing the cameras for about 3 or 4 days, and suddenly the leak was filled. The leak was stopped. That was Obama, people. Obama to the rescue. All right, then. Get to the website. Oh, yeah. That was another main point of the video. Come to the website. It's hitthebid.com. And let's have some fun.
I would much prefer Krull.